There's a hidden realm in church organizations that people are fearful of. What am I talking about? The hidden realm of religious narcissism and abuse in religion. The verbiage is daunting, and the questions are lingering. How do we identify the hidden realm of religious narcissism? Or how do we identify abuse in churches? First of all, there's hidden manipulation tactics used in the church. And if you see it and you feel off, or if it seems off, it probably is. Religious narcissism happens in mild-mannered church settings. Individuals that are predatorizing congregations, such as leaders, deacons, pastors, or those that are in-depth involved in church organizations, can be predators in a church. They might have had overbearing or overprotective mothers, a legalistic religious upbringing. They may feel like they're a failure in society. And they seem to think it's easy to control church-going congregants. And sometimes this happens with money swindlers or people that skim off the tithe. They weasel their way into authoritative positions because they've had difficulty in society, a strict upbringing. They've possibly had abusive fathers, and they lie about their past to sneak their way into authority positions in a congregation. And like I said before, if it seems off or wrong, it probably is. The hidden manipulation that's unseen in the church starts with guilt tripping, false spiritual authority, and other forms of emotional and psychological manipulation. And I'll say that again, the hidden manipulation that's unseen in the church involves guilt tripping the congregation or certain congregants, certain attenders of religious organizations, through false spiritual authority and other forms of emotional and psychological manipulation. The manipulation is subtle, it's hidden, but the tactics can be seen if you know what you're looking for. It'll involve the misuse of scripture, the promotion of false doctrines, or the creation of a climate of fear and control. Spiritual abuse, or AKA religious abuse, inflicts psychological harm by religious leaders or those who seem to think that they are in a position of authority in the faith in order to control or manipulate others. They can pressure individuals into certain behaviors, manipulate them with the promise of spiritual blessings or rewards, using fear of God or the wrath of God as eternal punishment if they don't do what they're told, in order to control them. And the impact or the effects of this hidden manipulation is profound and long-lasting. It leads to feelings of shame, worthlessness, and isolation. We need to recognize the signs of hidden manipulation in religious organizations when we're involved. It's important to have resources and a support system in place, and to double check and have witnesses if you've been affected by any of these things I'm talking about. The hidden realm of religious narcissism and abuse in religion that is unseen in the church, once again, happens in mild-mannered church-going individuals. Individuals that are manipulative will be overbearing or overprotective because they were modeled this behavior by their parents in some way, shape, or form. They may have had a legalistic or religious background. They have felt like they were a failure in society or in their marriage or in their job. They target easy-to-control members in congregations because they've found it difficult in society to do this elsewhere, and church is the perfect place to target unsuspecting individuals. These individuals that will creep into churches and harm individuals may have had a strict upbringing or an abusive father, abusive parents, and they lie about things that make others ignore the facts. If it seems off or wrong, it probably is. The manipulation that is unseen in the church starts with guilt tripping, false spiritual authority, and other forms of emotional and psychological manipulation. The misuse of scripture, the promotion of false doctrines, and the creation of a climate of fear that includes spiritual abuse, which is the psychological harm that is pressured on someone using their position to control and manipulate others. If you see it and you know it's wrong, say something. It's always important to have resources and a support system in place so that you're not affected by these subtle things that happen in organized religion.